Hey Aries, welcome to this reading. I hope that you're doing well today. We have the Two of Wands. So clearly your person knows there's a decision to be made. They can continue as they are, moving forward with this third party, or they can, change lane and move forward towards you. I always feel with the Two of Wands, we know what choice we want to make. The life that we're currently living, the things we're doing are a little bit boring, or they just don't resonate with us anymore. But at the same time, making a change feels huge, and we might feel like we're not quite ready yet. See, look, King of Pentacles in the reverse. So, if you're wondering, well, what does my person really think and feel about this other person? Maybe they've told you, I'm making a change. They mean that, if that's what they said. They absolutely want to shake off any responsibilities they have in this connection. With the King of Pentacles, it looks like it could be something that's quite established. It's not someone, that they're just dating or something. It could be a marriage, it could be a long-term relationship, there could be children involved, finances that have been, shared finances, or maybe your person's invested financially over a period of time here. Okay, what else is going on, please? We have the Page of Swords. There could be a child, maybe an air sign child, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius involved. I kind of feel what's happening there is your person is keeping an eye on you, unbeknownst to this other person, obviously, unbeknownst to this third party. Queen of Wands in reverse, definitely. Your person feels like, they're a bit stuck. Now, we're never really stuck. It might just be that the decision we have to make is difficult, as I said. With this Two of Wands coming out, first, it's very much on your person's mind. Do I, don't I? Do I go left or right? I know what I want to do. Am I ready to do this? So it seems like for now they are stagnating a little bit. And I say stagnating because the King of Pentacles is reversed. They're doing something, participating in something, putting effort into something that they just don't want anymore. Whereas at the same time, they're learning about you, gathering information, watching you, actually feeling that you may be pulling away or creating some distance. Now, you may or may not be doing this. It could just be their perception of things. For example, they could be feeling, well, I'm taking quite some time to make this transition, so logically, if the roles were flipped and I was waiting, I might have started to pull away. But whether you're a fire sign or not, they see you as this Queen of Wands. This is the energy of someone who is very alluring, very attractive, physically, but also because of their energy, how they show up, their confidence, their warmth with other people as well. But she's showing up in the reverse here. So this, it's a queen, but you could be a woman or a man watching this. So your person is watching you invest in yourself. Maybe take back some of your confidence, your personal power. If you feel that your confidence has been knocked within this situation, or it's just sort of slowly been diminishing because you've been waiting or something like that, your person is seeing you reinvesting in yourself. Okay, what's going on, please, with this third party situation? Nine of Pentacles reversed. So this is a card of being free, independent, single, being able to take care of things on your own. So for some of you, your person could be feeling like one of the reasons they are still in this third party situation is because of finances, practicality, worrying or wondering, can I thrive on my own? Maybe they've always leaned on someone else for a home or finances, or they have felt that's the only way to have security is in a relationship or something like that. Knight of Swords. Okay, wow. So your person's becoming very cross, actually, very angry underneath. There could be outright arguments, especially if we see something like the Five of Swords or the Five of Wands with this other person. But at the very least, what's going on in this third party situation, I feel it's kind of cold. I feel your person is harboring a lot of bitterness and resentment. They could be projecting this onto the third party. Maybe in some cases that's perfectly justified, but I kind of feel a lot of this is their internal frustration with themselves because they want to make this transition and this change, and they're feeling like too much time is passing, and they're starting to feel, I guess, angry, frustrated, a bit disempowered, and maybe they're sort of taking it out on this other person. But this is, the Knight of Swords is not really particularly, loving, caring. Look at this, Ten of Wands. We have the Fool. Yeah, they want this new beginning with you. We have Aries and Aquarius. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles reversed. It's very clear in your person's mind which decision they want to make, what action they want to take here. It's about, do they have the courage? Do they have the resources? Do they believe in themselves enough? Your person does want a fresh beginning with you, but at the same time they're saying, I'm already in my head. I'm planning way ahead. I don't want the opportunity to go on a date with you. I don't want the opportunity to be friends. I want full-blown lifelong commitment here with the Ten of Pentacles. You know, this can be living together, merging families, having a family, getting married, you know, whatever your person envisions as being sort of the highest level of commitment that they can possibly offer and receive. That's what they want here. And yeah, the Two of Pentacles is reversed. There's no confusion, there's no question. It's just about, can I do it? When should I do it? Let's go back to this, because this is where the doubt is. And it's not doubt about you, it's doubt about, you know, themselves. I think as well, they have been watching you, they have been gathering information quietly, or asking people about you, or thinking about you, maybe even researching stuff I'm hearing on the internet to do with connections, perhaps wondering why they have such intense feelings, what could it mean, that sort of thing. But it's becoming a burden, it's becoming heavy, because I think, you know, your person feels it's time now to make that decision, to actually take action. They don't want to just watch behind the scenes or gather information behind the scenes. So let's have a look at this Two of Wands over here. Yeah, see, Four of Cups. Your person is very dissatisfied with everything in front of them, and at the same time they know there's an opportunity that's more exciting, more fulfilling, more in line with what they actually want for themselves. But we also know that the Four of Cups can sometimes be a person not reaching for that opportunity. So I think your person's becoming very frustrated with themselves. We have the Five of Pentacles on the back. So, you know, your person is missing you. So within this third party, they don't feel maybe seen, they don't really feel connected to this person. They could be spending every second of every day with this other person, but your person is still feeling lonely, distant, maybe misunderstood. Okay, let's have a look at this Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles reversed. There could even be arguments. Maybe this third party is saying to your person, you don't do enough, or you stop doing this, why don't you care about that? Yeah, Four of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, okay, for some of you, there could even have been conversations between your person and this other person about letting this relationship, this situation go, about separation. Let's see, what else? Yeah, look, Five of Pentacles is back. So maybe there have been conversations, sometimes perhaps, you know, idle threats. You know how in an unhealthy relationship, if people are arguing, every time one or both people might just throw out, well, maybe we should just get divorced, maybe we should just call it quits and walk away, you know, that kind of thing. Well, yes, you probably should, but they don't, you know, and they keep having the same argument. That could have happened. It could also have been that they've discussed, maybe we should separate, but then it's been like, okay, but what about the house, what about finances? The Magician. Yeah, do you know, and Strength on the back. I'm not seeing that there's been like actual violence here, but you see how this person's about to sort of like weirdly hit this line on the head with this cup here. I think there's been that level of frustration within these arguments, these conversations, depending on whether they've been arguments or conversations. And I actually feel that someone here, I think it's your person's person, has been saying to your person perhaps, well, if you're so unhappy, why don't you leave? Or unless you start doing this or that, I'm going to kick you out, or I'm going to leave. And your person maybe has been biting their tongue, but actually thinking, that would be great if you could please leave, you know? Because the Magician is a very powerful energy, but the Magician is being quiet here behind this Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a lack. So this person that your person's connected with kind of is underestimating your person and their intentions, their feelings, what they're doing behind the scenes. Let's have more of a look at this Magician. We have Gemini energy here. Almost like this other person is one, is, one day going to say to your person, fine, why don't you just leave? And then your person's going to say, okay, yes, that's a good idea. Because what they've been doing behind the scenes is preparing themselves, maybe saving up money or doing some inner work, affirming to themselves that they are worthy or they are strong or something. So at some point, your person is going to be ready to actually, call this other person's bluff in a way, I guess. Okay, the Magician, please. What can you tell us here? So my viewer's person, what's going on with this Magician card? Yeah, look, the Hermit in reverse. Virgo energy, that your person is busy doing this inner work, learning, becoming wise, figuring out whatever they need to figure out. And there's going to be a moment in time when they actually say, yes, I will make this transition, I will leave, or I think you should leave and not come back to this other person. And I don't know that this person will be expecting it. Okay, so let's have a look at these cards. These are great cards, and I'm laughing because I just feel like some of you are like, please don't read from the book, it's so boring. But I have to, it's got good stuff. It might be helpful. And I don't know these well enough to not read from the book. Okay, so what message, please, Spirit? So my viewers, person's third-party situation. What's the final message here? Sacred wisdom. Wow. Okay, so this is the image on the card. Let's see what the book says. And it's interesting, that card was on the back of the deck as I picked the deck up to shuffle it. Which makes me feel 62 that there is something here where your person is going on this journey to find this sacred wisdom, but what they're going to figure out is perhaps wisdom they've had all along but they weren't seeing, something like that. Okay, so it says, think carefully, consider all options in your life transitions. It's the number 28. Wow, so 10, completion. Owls are deep and intense message bringers, encouraging you to connect with your inner visionary. The white owl shares wisdom with those who respect traditional processes. Protectors and knowledge keepers, these sage spirit animals offer you guidance and safeguard your spiritual work. Intuitive information and messages alike will always arrive with divine delivery, and no sooner, don't push. Okay, so far, this is interesting with that King of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, your person may have these really strict beliefs with themselves that they've held on to about how they should show up in relationships, how they should be self-sacrificing, being responsible, all of that. And they may have been struggling to understand, how can I feel these things, outside of this connection, this relationship or situation here that doesn't align with the person I thought I was. I didn't expect this. Or how can I leave this situation and still feel like I'm responsible? That kind of thing. Acknowledging change, the wise owl asks you to think carefully about how you approach life transitions. Look beyond what is physically in front of you. More about your gifts and natural talents will be revealed to you when you remove the expectation of receiving certain results. Right now, honor your inner god or goddess, return to natural cycles and all that you are. Delve deep into your being to access powerful base energies that resonate with your heart and instincts. Honor the divine feminine and divine masculine that reside within your spirit. Keep your focus and direction on the present day, or time will slip away into the abyss. Ideas will soon pass on to others if you continue to ignore Spirit's messages. Lunar phases will affect you now. Be mindful in your methods with others and listen to your inner voice. Past life influences will arise now. Deep attractions or a sense of knowing or kinship will make themselves known in abrupt ways. Listen to these messages. They bring you karmic lessons that will strengthen your soul. By embracing your connections to the past, you can empower your future self with knowledge and positive energy. Sleep patterns are a primary focus now. Ensure you are getting enough sleep, pay attention to your dreams, hidden messages and meanings will assist you in your waking life. Journal your reflections to help you interpret this subconscious communication. Okay, so take what resonates or what stands out to you from that. For me, it's your person really having to dig deep and see things in a different way, to release perceptions they've held on to about themselves, things, other people, situations, and no longer ignoring, this divine offering that's being given to them. I think this frustration with the Knight of Swords that they're feeling is trying to get them to move, to take action, letting them know something is dissatisfying for them. And I think it's that they have been sacrificing themselves over and over. Every day that they're showing up in this relationship or this situation here, they're sacrificing themselves, their happiness, their needs. And I think, it's like their inner self is getting tired of this and saying it's enough. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for this first part. So if there's a romantic third party. So if you're wondering as well as a person about a parent, friends, possibly an addiction, money, work, that sort of thing, then I'll be looking at those things in the second half as well. Otherwise, I hope this helped, and thank you so much for being here. Okay, so part 2. So this is if there's a third party situation that isn't a romantic person, a romantic partner. For some of you, it could be your person's mother here with the Empress coming out and the Four of Wands. If it's not the mother, it could be someone with strong feminine energy who has been a real influence in your person's life, maybe as they were growing up and still into the current moment. Someone who your person has perceived as having been nurturing and loving, which I suppose is why this person, their opinions would hold a lot of sway with your person, because they feel that this person has always wanted the best for them. Okay, so Spirit, what can you share with my viewers, please, about this third party? Okay, we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. For this third party person or situation, so non-romantic. Justice, Libra energy, Two of Wands in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, for some of you, there's something going on here with your person from childhood, or something to do with their inner voice, their inner child here. Seven of Cups. The message is coming through that the thing your person wanted, there's something about the past, the thing they wanted in the past was the one thing they didn't reach for. So I think it's you. I think it's this connection. Something here to do with self-worth. It's almost like, let's say I'm going somewhere and I have a choice of 2 dresses. One is clearly the most flattering, looks great, makes me feel wonderful, but I know I'm going to get so much more attention in that dress than my other option. And the other option's still nice, it's perfectly fine. So I choose the second one because something about all of that attention makes me feel uncomfortable, maybe something to do with my self-worth. Do I deserve all of that? Should I go for the thing I really want? No, I'm going to go for the second option. So I don't know if your person growing up was shown or told, stop being such a drama queen, stop being such a drama king. I know no one says king, but equality. Sit down, stop trying to be the centre of attention. Or maybe they witnessed their parents how can I explain it? So let's say their parents grew up feeling like they didn't have nice things, they didn't deserve nice things. That continued into adulthood, or witnessed their parents sort of talking negatively about themselves. Your person could have absorbed all of this and, felt this about themselves, whether it was conscious or unconscious here. See, look, yeah, Ace of Swords reversed with Justice. There's something your person has been believing throughout their life here that they have considered to be fine, appropriate, balanced, it serves them, it makes sense, but actually Spirit saying, no, that's not the truth. How they've been seeing things has not been just. It hasn't been fair. Your person deserves to wear the best dress or the best, suit, whatever it is. If they get attention for it, that's fine. It's not even anything to do with them. It's other people giving them attention. They don't have to hide away. They don't have to just be average or okay or reach for the okay thing. They can reach for what they truly want. So I think there's a message in here for some of you that if your person maybe chose something else at some point, or even someone else, or you've seen them flirting with all of these people and you're thinking, but I'm offering so much more, I'm bringing so much more to the table, I feel we have a better connection, and you're wondering why are they choosing everything but me? I think it's because actually you're the one they really want. This is the connection they really want, but they feel like maybe they don't deserve it. Now, of course, use your personal experience here, because that, I know how that sounds when I say it. It almost sounds like if you're being given the runaround, I'm excusing that behavior. So if you know your person's just messing around with you, that's not what I'm talking about. I feel for some of you, the third party could be this deep-seated belief that your person deserves second best all the time. Or that's what they just feel most comfortable with, because they don't like the attention from having the thing that really is the best, or the thing they really want. It could also be fear. If I manage to actually have the thing I really want, if it goes away, it's going to be so much worse than if I had something I didn't sort of care too much about in the first place. So maybe they've experienced or witnessed some kind of instability, emotional instability, most likely growing up. And we have this Empress now, but reversed on the back. So Libra, Taurus energy there. Yeah, look at that, the Hierophant. So more Taurus energy. There is something here coming through very strong. So whatever your person's third party is here, whether it's beliefs about money, beliefs about what's fair, what's just, connections with family or friends, I think it's all stemming from this core belief that they have lived with through their life here, that was established early on. I'm noticing we have death on the back. So there is something about this that's transforming, changing. It could be that this belief is starting to become more conscious to your person, and that means now they have the opportunity to make a change. There could be a Scorpio involved. I think this could even create a bit of a tower moment. It's quite a painful thing to realise here, in ways in which you've almost done yourself an injustice through the years in all kinds of situations. So there might be, maybe even in this present moment, you might be noticing your person seems to be dealing with some heavy energy, or they've retreated a bit. It could be that they're trying to, Five of Pentacles, trying to figure out first of all, how do I make a change? How do I accept what I now realise I've been doing all along? I've been hurting myself as well as other people. I've been doing myself an injustice. See this sadness, this Five of Pentacles with this Page of Cups in the reverse. Some sort of a belief or something they witnessed. I do feel it started very young with the people around them, these primary caregivers, people they saw most often denying themselves. And I'm not talking about, these people weren't living to excess and being hedonistic and all of that. People, simple things that they deserve. Let's say someone wants to eat organic food and they actually have the money to do so, but they don't because they think, well, that's not how I grew up. It seems excessive. I won't do it. I'll just get whatever, fruit and veg. And that doesn't seem like a big thing, but if we keep applying that to every area, it's showing people around us, well, maybe I don't value what I consider to be something that would be helpful and healthy and would make me happy. And there's also something here about what's right and wrong. I should, spend money on this, but I shouldn't spend it on that. Or I should show up in this way, but not that way. Like I should be overly giving, self-sacrificing, but I shouldn't ask for that in return. I should be quiet. I should keep my thoughts, my opinions to myself, hide my truth. But I should encourage others to be powerful and speak their truth. There's a real imbalance here that I think your person is now seeing. An imbalance in terms of just perception, perspective, that's influenced all of their decision making, all of their thoughts and feelings about many situations. And I think it's a painful realization. It's good that they're realizing this because now they can start to transform it, but it's like a core belief. It won't change overnight. But I do think, Hierophant, those established beliefs, traditions, with the Two of Wands in reverse, so they are walking down this new path. They are making these changes. I don't think it's easy. It might feel very unnatural to them for some time. So I think here, Spirit's getting to the core underlying reason of whatever this third party is for you. So if it's your person's addicted to work, it could be that they were shown that they're not worthy unless they're exhausting themselves with work all the time. Relaxation is a bad thing, or romance is a silly thing, or something like that. If the third party is a relative or a friend who you feel is interfering too much, it could be that your person has listened like a student listening to a sage, throughout their entire life, to this person, believing everything this person said was right and true and the best thing for them, for everyone, and they never really considered maybe that's best for them, and I respect that. What's best for me? That kind of thing. Okay, what else, please? Anything else here? Let's have more of a look at this Two of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands reversed. And I do feel this is your person having, male or female, having diminished themselves. They've been hiding their light under a bushel, that sort of thing here. I don't think they've been reaching, trying to manifest, trying to create the things they really want for fear that it just wouldn't work, or it would work and it would be taken away. Again, the Queen of Wands in the upright is a person who gets a lot of attention for many different reasons. They're very much appreciated. They appreciate others. This Queen of Wands energy is someone who understands that there's always a flow. The only time things stop or there's a blockage is if we sort of create that blockage. And your person has been living in this place of this block, afraid to be seen, afraid to give out all of this warmth and attention, because maybe they're thinking, well, I won't get it back, or maybe I will get it back, and that terrifies me. I don't want to be seen in that way, And I'm just seeing we have this Empress reversed again as I'm shuffling. Okay, what else, please? So Two of Wands reversed. I'm focusing on this because I think this is the most forward-looking energy here. This is where we are, but this is where we're going. So I'm kind of trying to see how are things changing, transforming for your person, and as a result for your connection here. Yeah, look at this. Age of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. This is big. This is huge. We have Sagittarius energy here, but your person is saying, okay, I feel like I have a huge mountain to climb. I don't even know what's on the other side, but I assume it's better than this because I've just got 8 smashed glasses here. Let's say we're talking about thirst. They will never quench their thirst because they can't fill these up. Cups representing emotions. They're never going to be emotionally fulfilled. And as I said, they could have been choosing all of these other cups over your cup, but they didn't actually really want these. The one they want's the other side of this mountain. So I feel your connection has really triggered your person into doing a lot of growth here. Very high vibrational, but sometimes difficult stuff. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So that blockage being removed, the wheel turning, moving forward. The Wheel of Fortune can talk about karma coming in, getting back what we're giving out. So I think your person is asking themselves, the things I thought were balanced and appropriate, are they? Do I want to change how I'm showing up? Do I like what I've been receiving? If not, what changes can I make? Okay, yeah, something to do with dreaming, possibly romance here with a Knight of Cups, but just being in more of an optimistic, positive energy in which they're willing to go with the flow of the things they really want. That's, I feel, what they're heading towards here. So this is good. I feel your person is targeting the root of the problem versus, like the branches and the leaves, which could be the people, situations, obsessions, addictions, those sorts of things. You can trim those back, but if we don't change the core belief, they'll just come back, or your person will develop other things. So it's really good to hear that they're focusing on, the original sort of cause of this, I suppose. Okay, so can you give us a message, please, Spirit? So what can you share with my viewer about this third party situation, or about this person's unhelpful belief that they've been carrying? This is this is exactly the message that we got in the first pile. So maybe many of you came from the first pile. Should I read it again, or just put a timestamp? I'll put a timestamp because if you've heard it, you don't want to hear it again. So if you want to hear the message that comes with this card. I will have put that in the timestamps below. But what can I remember of it? It's about changing, I think, assessing your beliefs, being willing to accept divine inspiration. For me, in the previous pile as well, I read it as your person asking themselves, can I change? Am I willing to change? Can I accept myself if I change? Have I been judging myself? In which ways have I been limiting myself and telling myself I have to do this and I have to do that? And if I'm a good person, I won't do this, I won't do that, you know, those sorts of things. So, but if you want the full message, like I said, I've put the timestamp below. So,